Proverbs 28 verse 15. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. Leviticus 19 verse 13 in the NLT. Do not defraud or rob your neighbor. Do not make your hired workers wait until the next day to receive their pay.
You know? And there's so many other laws that they break. They break every law of the Bible, actually. But something as simple, I was going into this the other day, something as simple as this man paying you every day. A company shouldn't be holding on to your money all week long and you to work for them today. You work for them today, they should be paying you today. That's a law. And it's not hard for them to do it because they had the digital system set up. They direct depositing your shit anyway on a Friday. So why not just direct deposit it on the minute? They have the power and the technology to actually put your money into your bank account by the minute.
All right. Shalom, shalom. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakal Quadash, as well as a double honors upon to the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, whom I've learned this truth from. Okay, and this is really hitting me through the spirit. Just got off the plantation from another 14-15 hour day. Okay, and it's also, beginning the Day of Atonement, where we're supposed to, reflect on ourselves, no food, no water, and really a beautiful time to be sending up prayers to the Heavenly Father. Okay, we know we're still currently in this state of Micah 7 verse 9. We're bearing the indignation of the Lord. Okay, this is a very beautiful time to be, Akim, sending up prayers as a whole and praying for this man's downfall, praying for our kingdom to be established, praying for, mercy in the evil days to come, and that the Lord has mercy upon us and views us worthy of salvation. Okay, and as well, we're on our grind exposing, and that was the blood brother you see on the screen, Hebrew Israelite Milk, Yakanan. Okay, beautiful brother right there, very diligent, and he was going in on his live camp on how this man has the ability through his digital system to pay everyone the same day. Okay, and I'm gonna, this might go a little further than I had originally intended. Use personal examples, because I done worked every damn plantation job that I done worked a lot of experience through different types of plantations within this wicked queendom, Babylon the Great America. And I'll use an example from when I had a pretty, which would be a pretty decent job, a city bus driver in Las Vegas, Nevada. And them bills was kicking my ass. It got to the point where I had to just end up, pressing the red button in the glass and go to truck driving and, go further into depth for that. But that's a whole nother topic. But this shows you this man is the wicked. He has all the ability and power in his hand to move right, but he doesn't, and he chooses not to. So we're exposing this man for the fraud that he is. He's being revealed. Let's start a couple ways. I'm gonna start with that. Let's get 2 Thessalonians. He's being revealed for the devil that he is. 2 verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Okay, that's you so-called WHITEs. You are the people, you are the vessel of dishonor and sin. And look how you do the scriptures say, if he be evil to himself, to whom will he be good? This man does his own people dirty. Okay, Psalms 50, imagine how much more the Israelites, who he's dealt very treacherously throughout time. But we're in a beautiful time as well. Deuteronomy, I believe 30 verse 6, where all these curses will be put on our enemies. Let me go back to that to make sure I'm quoting the right one in Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter. But this man, he gonna pretend and put up the Bible in his hands like he's the Christians, and the God is white and Jesus is white and they all follow. But you look at this man, what he promotes in his society, all this Fruit Loop rainbow shit. He promotes feminism. He robs the fuck out of you. He finesses, robs, and breaks down every land and continent that he touches down, and he's in a perpetual state of war. This man is the devil, and we are revealing that. Psalms 50, and then has the audacity to hold the Bible up. Like what you doing holding the Bible up? Psalms 50 verse 16. But unto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Okay, this man puts the Bible up, and then you actually, Thawada Yahweh Yahweh Shai, for our elders and teachers, you actually realize this man does the complete opposite of what the Bible tells you. Just establishing America, he done broke all the commandments. Okay, he done built his kingdom up by way of bloodshed, robbery, lies, deceit. Okay, and all these other nations got rich as well. That's why, this Day of Atonement, also a beautiful time to send up prayers for this man's downfall. I'm putting it in my spirit lately to send up the prayer of Proverbs 13 verse 18 on this man. Nothing but shame and poverty to all these heathen nations, but especially the most proud, Esau, Edom, who has dealt very treacherously and convinced the whole world to run within complete rebellion to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's laws, statutes, and commandments, okay, using the Lord's book against his own people. But we're in a time where this man's being exposed, and the true laws, statutes, and commandments are being shouted out in the street corners and through the internet. Proverbs 13 verse 18. This is what I'm praying on you Edomites. Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuseth instruction, but he that regardeth reproof shall be honored. And what does it say, the scriptures? And I believe the Apocrypha might be the book of Sirach. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is honored or he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? This man has been a complete niggard, Niggard, while he's had his time at the top. So imagine when the Lord takes this man and takes all of his fruits and dainties away from him. Okay, and I quoted Deuteronomy the 30 chapter. I believe I definitely misquoted it. Salakia. Long day. And I get this one out all the time about all these enemies. Let me just get that. I'm drawing a blank. Salakia. All these curses of poverty, we want to see this get put on our enemies. Okay. Is it 12? Hate the Salakia. Oh, 30 verse 7. My bad. Lord willing, this still be edifying. Excuse me for that mistake. Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and upon them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Okay, so let me pull up this poverty and living check to check. All these nations finna feel that. And now we're approaching October 1st, but the month of September, this is a perfect example, has 30 days. This man sets it up to where here it is, you got all these damn bills hitting you up left and right. If you average it out, how many bills you got per month, it'd be about one every 3 or 4 days. Meanwhile, you get paid twice a damn month. This is completely wicked. Bi-weekly pay is wicked as fuck. Okay, weekly pay is wicked, but especially bi-weekly pay. And I've had experience in the past where the job is bi-weekly pay, and by the time they hire me, I don't get my first check for 3 weeks. So what you think finna happen as soon as that check comes? Bills come in and ransack it. Okay, this man he needs to be taken out of power. Okay, and we gonna highlight this man's wickedness. And one of the examples is withholding pay for a week to 2 damn weeks. That's completely wicked. Let's say, and Lord willing, this be edifying, kind of bouncing around all over. But this gets the point home. The bi-weekly pay, that's crazy. Everyone should be paid for that day's work, period. Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 4. Okay, let's get it. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Okay, Esau, Edom, this man is the complete wicked. We know, pursuant to Job 9 verse 24, the earth was given into this man's hands, as well as Proverbs 29 verse 2. When the big wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. We got the whole earth, not just the people, the whole earth in a state of mourning, because we got the devil currently in rulership, and he doesn't know how to rule uprightly. All he knows is niggerdom, robbery, stealing, theft, lies, finessing, taxing you, just draining everything and everyone of their resources. Micah 2 at the top. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. It's in the power of this man's hands. That reminds me of this scripture. They have wicked speak oppression. This man has the whole damn world, and he wants to take more. He wants more and more and more. This man never lets up. Psalm 73, we'll start at verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. So it's basically, this man has the whole damn world in the palm of his hands, and he still wants more. He's still squeezing it. And that starts with Amalek, you so-called you wish people, on down to the rest of you Edomites. So let me, Salakia kind of bounce a lot of scriptures, hit me through the spirit. Let me play the Beloved Ark one more time, and we'll just close off.
And there's so many other laws that they break. They break every law of the Bible, actually. But something as simple, I was going into this the other day, something as simple as this man paying you every day. A company shouldn't be holding on to your money all week long and you don't work for them today. You work for them today, they should be paying you today. That's a law. And it's not hard for them to do it, because they had the digital system set up. They direct depositing your shit anyway on a Friday. So why not just direct deposit it on the minute? They have the power and the technology to actually put your money into your bank account by the minute.
All right, and let's bring up an example of me in the past. Back in 2023, I was driving buses in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I ended up having to quit and end up driving trucks because the pay was so shitty. And this was personally, so I had a mobile home in North Las Vegas. You got your monthly rent payment. I had a vehicle at that time, so my auto insurance, terrible service in North Vegas, so I had to get Wi-Fi and internet. Then these mobile homes, it was gas and electricity, two different. Some is both is included, or they just, a lot of apartments just use electricity. I had to pay for gas, then I had to pay for electricity, and then they taxed me on top of it for sewage, trash, and recycling. Never mind, other potential bills. That was just those bills. That ain't, there's several other bills. This is, I'm sure anyone can relate to this. Then I have a list of other potential bills. A phone bill, you got a car loan, you got a credit card debt, which I had too, and they tax your ass up with interest. You got child support, alimony, a tax return payment, which I had highlighted. I had to pay that off too. Here it is, I'm working overtime because these jobs don't pay damn shit anyways. Y'all working my ass to death, I'm working overtime. So then Esau puts you in a higher tax bracket, and now you end up owing more money in your tax return. Meanwhile, he's supposed to be giving you money he owes you. You end up owing this man more money. This is straight hell, man. And you got student loan debts. And then these bills I'm listing, that don't include your transportation, filling your car with gas, rideshare, Ubers, Lyft, bus tickets. That don't include groceries, water, food, cleaning supplies, laundry, And never mind what they automatically take out your check. You got your right now, I just checked my check. They take out health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, state taxes, federal taxes, and whatever the hell FICA and FMHA or FMHI is. Okay, this man is the wicked. He's the devil, and he don't let up. If you added it up, this would be a bill, at least a bill every 3 to 5 days. Meanwhile, this man has the audacity to pay you twice a month. So by the time you get in, that don't even include having children on top of that, how much more this would add up. So, and imagine that you got kids and you on child support, okay? Or you got kids and you got pay alimony, or you got student loan debt, okay? On top of a car loan to get through. You know, a lot of these cities have horrible public transportation. This is just the many examples of how this man is constantly finessing and taxing his citizens. Let's get this again. Leviticus 19 verse 13 in the NLT. Do not defraud or rob your neighbor. Do not make your hired workers wait until the next day to receive their pay. Okay, and then not only does he make you wait, 2 damn weeks or a week to get your pay, he then, hits you up through usury. He taxes you. If you got credit card debt, let's say you got $500 of credit card debt, by the time you pay that off, he hits you up with interest, and now it's $600. Okay, this man builds a system, whether it be a house, a home loan, an auto loan. All these loans are built in with interest. Okay, why do you think the credit card debt is so high? Because people is broke as hell in the first place, and then they not making enough, or this man digs a pit so deep that they can't pay off the usury, the interest. This is Leviticus 25 verse 35 and 36 as well in the NLT. If one of your fellow Israelites falls into poverty and cannot support himself, support him as you would a foreigner or temporary resident, and allow him to live with you. Do not charge interest or make a profit at his expense. Instead, show your fear of Yahweh by letting him live with you as your relative. Okay, and this is, the Bible was written for the Israelites, we know, but we just further highlighting this man is the devil. He ain't got no business holding up the Bible, okay? And we know sooner or later he's gonna come down with great wrath, okay? Sooner than later, as well as he's gonna attempt to silence the men of the Lord, okay? Calling this man for his wickedness out, okay? And it's not gonna be able to readily hear the scriptures of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And Lord willing, this is edifying. Let's just close off on a couple judgments that's coming to you Edomites, you devils, you wish people, Amalek and on down. Okay, Numbers 24 verse 20 says, Amalek, you wish people, you who control all the damn banks, you got all these Americans just letting you, sending all this money and taxes over to that fake nation over there in the so-called Middle East. We know what nation that is, with the two little triangles. Okay, the small hats over there, they're living fat. Meanwhile, they're just sitting on their ass. They're a giant welfare state. Okay, a giant, mosquito just sucking the blood out. Okay, but they were the first of the nations, but their end shall be that they perish forever. Okay, thus said the Holy Scriptures, as well as them that are first shall be last, them that are last shall be first. And this is what we're truly praying for, today in particular, sending up prayers that this man Esau Edom, this man's crazy, and he's oppressing the hell out of us, working everyone to damn death, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, 6 days a week, no vacation, and he still wants more. He's still gonna try to push a microchip on the citizens as well. We praying for this protection against this man, and that he gets swiftly taken out of power. Isaiah 33 at the top. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And this is going to bring me to one of my favorite chapters in the Bible, staying in Isaiah the 14th chapter. Because, us as Israelites, we're under this man's thumb. It speaks on this in the first three verses of the 14th chapter, of the Lord giving us rest from this hard bondage, and them that, us that served our oppressors are going to serve us. Okay, let's get this. This is, we'll start at verse 4 and get through 7. This is a judgment coming, all you heathen nations, but swiftly Esau, Edom, because the world was given into your hands, and you done ran it into the damn ground in a very short amount of time, proving once again this man is not fit for any type of rulership. Isaiah 14 verse 4, 144, Kal Halayim La Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. And that reminds me of the end of the movie, The Wizard of Oz or The Wiz, either one. When that wicked ruler got taken out, everyone celebrated. That's how it's going to be when Esau, Edom's wicked ass gets taken out of power. Okay, because he's running the nations, but especially the Israelites. Daniel 7 verse 25, he shall seek to wear out the saints. We tired as hell under this man's, thumb and rulership, and we praying for a righteous recompense and a get back. Just like we done drank the cup, we pray, we get to actually witness them drink that cup doublefold, that cup of oppression, that cup of continual labor, that cup of no continuing city, that cup of shame and poverty. Okay, we're praying for that on our enemies, chiefly you Edomites, you so-called WHITEs, and the rest of you nations that, played a part in our several captivities. I hope this was edifying. Shalom.